Hello, hello. Welcome in, Pickle. Yes, today we are doing some meme reviews. After a long day of work, why not relax with a little bit of lulz, right? So today in particular, I'm just here to chill. Probably won't be a very long stream. A bit tired. I also have work a bit early tomorrow, so probably won't be going for too long this time around, but I just thought, why not pop in and, you know, shoot the shit a little bit. But yeah, today we are looking through some D&D memes, and boy, do I have one too many, I don't want to say interesting, but intriguing stories and incidents that have happened in my very short D&D career so far. So we'll see how that goes. I have yet to play more D&D, and we are working on a D&D VTuber one-shot that is coming eventually. I'm still working on the final details, but we, from what looks of it, are pretty good to go. I've got our party, we've got some maps, well, a map, because I can't be bothered to do more than one at the moment. And follow the Twitter for more info. Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and follow my Twitter. I think I have some more, what's it called? We've got some more things there. And more info, because I haven't figured out all of it just yet, but we'll see where it goes. Follow everything or else. Yes, I'll show up in your room and throw dice at you. It can make you roll for initiative even though you don't know what that means. But, any hoodle, there we are. Hello. I am on r/D&D memes because that's, Reddit just made sense to me. Reddit just, it feels like one of the better places to go for memes and meme compilations. I haven't gone there in so long. And I usually use it a lot for LFG, looking for groups to play with on D&D. To play D&D with. Haven't been on it. It actually is a little bit difficult to find the right people, or even find a group in the first place online, because there's just such there's the DM, the dungeon master to player ratio is obviously extremely off, so it's very hard to find like the right amount of people or the right groups and things like that. So it can be tough. Although I've met some of my current D&D friends and through that, so it works out either way. But in any case, this first one here already. This is very relatable, at least to me. This is for you, Paladin, play in my group. But you can't do that. I read the stat block. I am altering the stat block. Pray I do not alter it any further. It's very true. A lot of the times, and I've played with players who've had paladins, and if you don't know, paladins are extremely strong because they can just ask for the power of God and just smite the shit out of things. So something that was meant to be extremely difficult is like already down to half health. It's insane. It's not fun. And then I'm like, well, okay, so you're down to like red, you're down to 10 HP, and I now have to buff up this character, or buff up the, like, I just have to bullshit my way out of like boss fights and stuff when a paladin's in the party, because it's hard. It's hard to beat a paladin. If you also want to drink your meal, you can drink your meal. Although this is sponsored, so I don't know what that is. I haven't tried it. Oh god, the OGL, not great. Not great. So do not worry about that. Let's see here. Mechanically bad, and the name sounds like from a 10-year-old's creative writing project. Where do I sign up? Oh, this is talking about one of the subclasses of fighter. Let's see. So we have the normal fighter up here. That's just the normal fighter. Who's really good class. You can do a whole bunch of things. You just stab, slash, crush, punch, whatever you want. But what if it was purple? And then they made... Ugh, almost threw up just thinking about it. The purple Dragon Knight, which basically does half of what the fighter can do pretty efficiently. It sucks. It's very... No. It's not great. I agree. I was just... I love the vomit meme up here. This... I don't... Oh, this is from Lorax. I feel like this... All I know is that I can recognize these little like puffball trees, and that's the only thing I realize that's from Lorax. Should we draw the line at sexual harassment or violence against children? Good question, OP. Good question. There's a lot of questionable things you can do in D&D, and a lot of the times your DM's gonna say yes. Cause what else are you gonna do? Not let you be a town arsonist? Definitely burned one too many towns because of that. I'm so sorry, NPCs. Is bad. It's you do a lot of things, and I haven't actually. I do have the Curse of Strahd book, which is a very. It's, if I remember correctly, it's one of the older books of the D&D sort of adventures that you can run, like the official adventures that you can use in a game. And that one is pretty extreme on the violence against children. Like Strahd one, I don't know the details, but this vampire lord, Mr. Strahd von Zarovich, is like ruling shit as a vampire, as one would do, and out of nowhere there's like just extreme like things that happen to children, just traumatizing shit. And from what I've heard, almost every group that I've heard who's played Curse of Strahd is like, that's a lot that's a lot of child violence. And I'm like, ooh, if I'm gonna run that, it's gonna be difficult, because kids be dying left and right. No one is safe in Curse of Strahd campaigns. But oh gosh, let me see here. You want cowards? Let's see. Make the Dwarven language be Icelandic, Elven be French, or Gnomish be German. Okay, I've done a lot of languages. I don't know how to do them. But to make common Esperanto, I have no idea what that is. What is Esperanto? I'm like afraid to know. I'm like afraid to learn. Let me see actually. Maybe I can just check. English to Esperanto. Is Google Translate accurate? No. I just need to say this for myself. Okay. Just Google Esperanto. Yeah, no, I did. But I'm like, okay. Interesting. How many words does Esperanto have? 900 words. Okay. Gotcha. But I do find it interesting to like make other languages give specific languages, like made up languages, just sound like real ones. Done that a few times for sure. Elven be French. I've heard that kind of makes sense. My first character was a ranger who I just made French. She was a halfling though, so I don't know what she would be considered as, or like what's it called? Like what Earth equivalent would count for halfling language? But French was actually kind of difficult for me. French was a little tough. Correction, French was very tough. Not as tough in my Eastern European accent. I can do that not too bad. But here we have, it's okay, you can admit it, you're among your people. Human fighter. You play humans because you have a feet fetish. I play humans because I have a feet fetish. We are the same. Okay, so if anyone doesn't know, if you choose your character species as human, you get a lot of extra perks. Love the Gus meme, I do too. But just you get to get a lot of like bonus things as a human. So this is kind of funny that you just keep getting feats. You get a crazy amount of extra things. I haven't played a human yet. Funny enough, humans are very slept on. Because why be a human when you can literally be anything freaking else? I like being demons a lot. Being doom people are pretty hot, just saying. A lot of these I'm not sure about. This one just says, I don't like rolling to hit. My DM picks up that I only use saving throw spells. Yeah, that's... When you do area of effect spells, it's pretty difficult. I wouldn't worry about that. I just love that they use Henry Cavill here. I have not watched The Witcher. I'm a little afraid to, just because I played through Witcher 3 and I was like, I think that's enough for me. I know what happens. I think that's enough for me. Then again, I do want to see Henry Cavill shirtless, so maybe I'll have a change of heart. Although I heard it's not too bad. I don't know how many seasons they're on right now, though. I think I have some time to catch up. Next one is just, but mommy, hard to swallow pills. Just because you think an NPC is hot doesn't mean your character does too. It's supposedly a good adaptation. That's good. No, I'm glad to hear it. I don't remember where to stream it on or where to find it. I have Amazon Prime. I hope it's there. I think it's there. But speaking of this post, I have mixed feelings about this post because number one, I'm a DM, so I purposely make very interesting NPCs. Netflix. Oh yeah, then I don't have it then. If it's on Netflix, yeah, I don't have an account for Netflix, so sad. Pickle, share with me your Netflix. Jesus. Wouldn't kill you. But I create pretty, like, or I describe quite hot, or I find a lot of pictures on Pinterest. They're quite spicy or very attractive people. But a lot of the times my players definitely do like them and then make their characters like them too. There have been several occasions where they basically just got partners, NPC partners, or had one night stands or something, and that was interesting. Because that led to figuring out pregnancy, which is a whole other issue. I don't know what to tell you about that there. So it's a big thing. Do not look at it. Tubi is where it's at. Tubi, I don't have Tubi either. I don't know what to tell you. Tubi, I've heard Roku is also really good, but you and I, Pickle, know that Pluto TV is where it's at. Tubi, but Pluto TV, come on, mama. I know Tubi is free, but you know. Oh yeah, that too. How could you forget? I'm so sad that they changed out Pluto TV at the house. That's just a shame. That's unfortunate. That's not fun. That's not bueno. This next meme here. What horrible acts have you committed recently? You've been on a cock. That's interesting. First time I've heard that in a while. Kick. Whatever you know, kicks your boat. Kicks your cock. I don't know. Yeah, okay. Right. I mean, you would have told me first if that actually happened, let's be honest. Non-D&D players seeing what horrible acts D&D players commit. Genocide is one of the least horrible on the list. This is absolutely true. Funny because that's true too. Don't roll your eyes at me. Okay. So speaking of this one here, non-D&D players don't realize there's a lot of crazy shit that goes on in people's minds. There's one in particular I remember where there's some interrogation going on between the party and like some like grunt or henchman they caught. And just for the shits and giggles of it, because they thought it was going to be a great interrogation tactic, they decided to go ahead and just flay the grunt's skin to be like, alright, now give me an answer. Like, okay. I didn't think we were into that. There's more than one ways to skin a henchman, I guess. And that was just like role played for like several minutes, and I was like, okay, that's just awkward. Other things, killing people with poisons. That also happened. I think that was the same player and character who did that. Just straight up. There's a lot of murder hoboing now that I realize. I think I'm gonna have to reevaluate who I'm playing with. But let me see. A lot of these I'm not really liking, just from the looks of it. I also remember finding a website here called Cheeseburger. I don't know where I saw it from. I think I saw this from just like the D&D, not D&D, like my Google like recommendation, like discovery list. And they just gave me like the best D&D like Dungeons and Dragons meme of the week. And honestly, I think this probably has a lot more updated. I don't mind the ones here, but I think these are pretty specific, and I think these ones are a lot more memeable. So I'm gonna try and look at these too, because I haven't looked at these in a while either. This one I also like the format too. It's a lot bigger. I know that Pickle will recognize a lot more of this because there's more proper memes that they understand. When the DM says, roleplay among yourselves and no one does. Why is no one having a good time? I specifically requested it. This... Look, I want a break. I don't want to be talking all the time. And DMs are like, alright, talk amongst yourselves. I'm not doing this. Love this format too, right? I know you like it. I think it has a lot more relevant memeage. Sorry, r/D&D memes. I like Cheeseburger too. And there's other memes here too. There's plenty of other memes. You can just look. They have a meme database. This is just their meme base of D&D specifically, but they have plenty of other things. Yeah, I get tired as a DM. I'm speaking for like 4 hours at a time. Talk amongst yourselves, please. I'm not here for any of this. Easier said than done, I know, I agree. It's on Pinterest too. Number 2, I think we're on the right path, the DM describing the path. Death. I don't do this quite often. Do I like to trick my players into doing something really dangerous? Yes, absolutely. Because, I mean, they don't listen to me anyways. I drop dangerous things in front of them for a reason. Yeah. Just remember, the fate of this fantasy world is in the hands of these 4 or 5 idiots. And they may save the world, just not today. Just not today. But number 3, how are you going to get up there? Well, maybe we could try and climb the barbarian. Yes. I've done this a few times. I've played a barbarian before, and I did almost nothing but brute strength my way out of this. This is absolutely true. This is why barbarians are known for doing shit. I think I once used another player as a battering, like another character as a battering ram. The other player was a robot, was a warforged, so I just told him, stand still, picked him up, and just battering rammed him into a wooden door, and I think it worked. I think it actually broke us out of jail or something. It was crazy. So I definitely agree with this. I've experienced. I do this too many times. If like unwarranted drag is not a contact sport, I'm first just picked up somebody and just tossed them either into or away from combat. It was amazing. And they almost died. Almost. Wait, hold on. I think my breaker tripped. 1 second. I'm flashing people my tits. No! Stop it. It's a sign. I know. Just stop everything. Stream over. Oh, this is a lengthy one. Is he human? Okay. No, I don't know who that is. We're gonna skip that one there. Oh yeah, barbarian logic. When charisma fails, strength check. Yeah. Just mash your way into it. I would just do this too. And just like strong arm my way into it. When I first power move, that's literally what it is. When I was first introduced into the group as my barbarian, I think I was trying to climb a wall to get in. Like I came from the outside of a city and I was trying to climb the wall, and I just was like not having it. Couldn't climb up. I was struggling to get in. I like threw rocks at the wall. Like let me in. It eventually I just had to go through the front door like a fucking pleb. I was just like angry and then knocked the door down and then continued to be angry. Like, all right, nobody noticed. We're good. Stay in character. Pick it up. Oh, I love Dimension 20. I love Mr. Brennan Lee Mulligan. Oh, he's great. This one here, the group rolls perception to check out a bank. I rolled a nat 20. See that the place straight up sucks. I rolled a nat 1. Honestly, this place seems kind of cool. It's so true. Whenever you roll really high or really low, it's just like the one character out of the group just doesn't know what the fuck is going on. Usually, that's me. Cause I zone out. I'm just like listening for 20 minutes and I'm like, oh, that's right, I was supposed to do something. I usually don't check out like that often, because I do take pretty decent notes. And my mind is an iron trap. So I do recaps pretty often, and I do that. Very little escapes me. Especially during recaps, because a lot of the times DMs will give little goodie points, brownie points for it. So next up, when you try to do a medicine check with -3 on wisdom. Also, remember the ABC rule of first aid. A bone coming out through the skin is very bad. Yes. Yes, it is. Especially when you're eating chicken. Like fried chicken, that's horrible. You're just like... I hate bone fragments. It's the worst. I've failed... I haven't, like... I'm trying to think if I've ever done this. I rarely do medicine checks just because nobody uses medicine. Very few people use medicine. Except if you're trying to figure out if drugs are drugs. Then absolutely use medicine and fail. I've done it before. It was just like, yeah, this tree, very tree, happens. Level 7 rogue, dexterity saves. DM, constitution saves. Dodge this. This is very true. As a rogue, the only thing you're good at is dodging things when it requires dexterity. Anything else, you are screwed. You cannot avoid. Like, you don't get any bonuses to anything else. It's horrible. So if you're trying to save on a poison, you can't dodge yourself out of being poisoned. You're just fucking in you. Although I haven't seen the Matrix in so long. This is like giving me flashbacks. I don't think I've even fully like finished watching the Matrix series. There's so many movies I have not remembered watching in its full entirety, and I'll be honest, that's probably not the best way to like look through memes and just know like I don't know where this is from. Just saying. It's weird. It's hard. I gotta watch more movies. And I know Pickle gave me a list. I have yet to watch through all of them. I gotta find a way to look through them and watch them again. Yeah, no, not happening. Rolling a 2 for stealth and rolling a 1 on perception. It's okay. So many exist. I know. There's too many things for me to watch there. Me and my party that we've played in have come in clutch, like just barely able to scrape by a guard not paying attention, and me literally flubbing and like my character like dropping something comically, a pan tripping over something, and the guard is like, Wish I could do that pretty often. This also just reminds me of Puss in Boots. Anybody? Death looking for Puss in Boots, and this man is just hanging from. That is some strong ass cat grip too. That kitty's got some grip. Holy shit. So anyways, oh, this is a lot of math. I don't do math. Mando meme, how do we feel? Mando meme, Mando alert. Helmet man alert. Pickle wake up. Babe wake up, new helmet man dropped. Just saying. Rogue, I steal things for a living. Wizard, I expand my books with knowledge. War domain cleric. Weapons are part of my religion. This is very true. I don't have a war domain cleric. I've never played them, but they are the most aggressive. Real, absolutely. War clerics are the most aggressive clerics there are. They're ready to fight. They pray to a hammer or sword or something. It is insane. Or war gods. And they're tough. They're definitely tough. I haven't played them myself. I've only known one other person in a group who's played a war cleric, and they're not doing quite the good job for being a cleric. They're doing the war part great. I don't think they're very cut out for being a cleric. They made a deal with a demon. Wouldn't call that the most cleric-y of cleric things you could do by just straight up making a deal with a demon. That's, yeah. That's pretty strange. But next up, A player role playing super hard. The DM, give it your best shot. Yes, I mean, I usually get pretty deep into my role playing too. But when a player goes super deep, I also like that. That's always very fun. Just get in the moment and get in the vibe. Be your character. Be traumatized. Be in love. Be angry. I don't know. Whatever humans do in real life. Just act it out here. Don't worry, it's play pretend. You can get IRL mad at me later, bro. Also, I'm just realizing how crunchy this wig and beard looks like on Hemsworth. Do you see that? Do you see the pasta? I'm sorry, I have to ignore the meme. I'm so sorry. The hair and the beard don't match. He's wearing Bob Ross's mop. Like, ooh, that's a choice. At least it was practical, unlike Doctor Strange's eye. Yeah, no. Thank God I didn't watch that movie either. Americans when their AC is set to 70. I like it colder. Europeans when their AC is set to 70. True. D&D players when their AC is set to 70. I would just give up. If my armor class was 70, that is more than impossible. I'm just gonna give up. It's been real, y'all. I'm out of here. Fuck the group. Not for me. Context is everything. It is. That is all. It is. Their AC is set to 70. Yeah, no. I think the most I've ever done for like an armor class has been like a 20 something defense. And that's hard to roll, and, you know, that's just difficult no matter what. Alrighty. Let's see the next one here. Druid, I shouldn't have done that. I should not have done that. The DM. Yeah. I'll use my action to smoke some herbs and go 12 seconds back into the past to change that. Why on earth do you think that would work? Time travel. I'll allow it. Drugs, bro. Don't do drugs, kids. Stay in school. But that's funny. There's a lot of interesting drugs and potions you can use in D&D. I just find them so funny. Invisibility potions. Healing potions are weird. There's a potion that just turns you into gas. No amount of Pepto-Bismol in the world would fix that. Regular RPG possession. Number 1, save kittens. Session 40. Kill God. Yep. That's usually how it goes. I'm trying to remember if one of the groups I played in were a little different. Like how we started. A lot of the times we started on a boat. I don't know why. I don't know why all the games always started with, you're on a boat. And I was like, okay. We're on a boat. And things happen. And usually we like get to our destination. And it hasn't gotten there since. A lot of my groups that I've played in have just straight up like disbanded, or they had to go on hiatus and things like that. And then just never came back from hiatus. So I don't think it's me. From the reviews and the feedback, it's usually not me, so don't know what happened to them. Oh, that's a chunky one. We're not doing that. My party. No one has to get hurt. We'll just sneak past the guards. 5 minutes later. Look. Listen. If you leave no survivors, you're not gonna have witnesses. Huh? Makes sense to me, right? He agrees. We do this too often. There's like a stealth mission. If we ever do a stealth mission, just know for a fact someone is dying. if they're not gonna knock them out, someone is dying, and a lot of times it happens where you're just like this like 5 HP, just like the normal dude, has a side job as a summer job at the docks, and then just straight up murdered like by day one. It's one of the things that D&D players do. It's for our aggression. I couldn't tell you why. Get back at the patriarchy. Who knows? Just kill guards. I don't know why. 18. How I plan to play my character. How I'll never play my character. I am a habit of this. I do this too often, where like I'll try to make these like interesting, tough characters, and then a lot of the times when I play my male characters, they're very much himbos. They're very cutesy, very like idiots. I don't know. It's just funny. But there's just an innate feeling of like, if it's a dude, gonna make him one of two ways: edgy as hell or a dumb himbo. And I did that with my barbarian. I just made him. He had a decent amount of intelligence. I just played him dumb. I don't know why. It just made sense to me. Barbarians that are smart, no. I'm team against smart barbarians. You don't need that. My husband upset me this morning, and now I'm inflicting it on all of you. Okay, here we go. Australians versus Drow elves. So this is dark elves. Drow elves live in a place called the Underdark. Australians live in the place down under. Drow elves exiled from the surface. Australians exiled by the English. And both are known for dangerous creatures, including big spiders. Conclusion: Drow have Australian accents. This is revelation. Could you imagine like the most like fantasy thing of an elf coming down there? The most like intimidating sort of dark skinned, platinum haired elf, and just goes, "Oi mate, welcome to Down Under." No. I also have to work on my Australian accent. I'm gonna be flamed by all the Aussies out there. That's what man needs to work on the shave job. That's a patch we're missing, sir. I'm so sorry. This is what I'm talking about. Me experimenting with races and class combinations. My barbarian minotaur wizard. Dr. Beefton is here, and he has a PhD in death, as well as a doctorate in philosophy and modern linguistics. It's good to have the range. I have not played a minotaur, but we'll see how that goes. When the DM is tired of the wizard player shit. So how does it feel to be hit with a fireball yourself? Ah! Nice answer. Wizards are something else, man. Wizards can literally do so much in combat. One of my players had the idea. They were playing a wizard at the time, and I think they were fighting like monster-sized centipedes, like large centipede creatures or something. And they decided, I don't know where they got this idea, but they decided to use physics, like a physics engine would, and decided to just orbital drop them to kill them. They just like took them up 200 something feet into the air and dropped them. And by my calculations, they were very dead. The centipedes were just splat. It was a quick encounter. And I didn't have anything else planned after that encounter, so it's just like, okay, let's take a break, and then I will give you something else to look at. And for the entirety of those 10 minutes, I was like, I have to find something to challenge them. So wizards can do a lot of shit besides cast fireball. I just can't believe they decided to go that way and like Tower of Death something. I don't know this one. I just like the cat though. The cat is cute. Alright, so that was the most recent one. That was the most recent list, and they usually do it by like weeks or lists. There's usually just several here. This one is from earlier last month, and I don't know. Let's see here. I haven't seen all of these too. I just have just sort of slowly scrolled through some of them. But number one, if you don't coordinate and all show up with a human fighter, most people usually don't. But if they do, you have my sword, and you have my sword, and my sword. I mean, fighters, I have to admit, are one of the easier classes to play. Like the easiest class to play. They're meant to be the intro class, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. But fighters, an all-fighter group is scary. Whoa, what was that? Number two, the campaign, D&D players. BAM! Why would the DM do this? My eye twitched for a second. Look. Whatever plans I have, I usually rarely stick to, or I try to make them as loose as possible because the players will always do something else. Like, they've turned like travel and combat sessions to full on like 4 hours of shopping, like an hour, 2 hours of shopping because they want to buy something. I'm like, okay, now the dragon is coming in to attack you, and they're like, but hold on, I have like 300 gold left. Can I like go buy something? And I'm like, fucking. All right, what do you want? A weapon of dragon slaying. No, next. It's hard. I'm really bad at like giving out items too, because I don't know what to give them. It's a hard thing to figure out like what magic thing to give you, because it'll fuck up. It could mess up a game really badly. Let's see here, number three. D&D stats are typically rolled using 4d6 dice, but packs only often come in 1d6. Now, why is that? Okay, hold on. For a second, I thought this was a fat edit of Ben Shapiro. Oh my god, I was like, why is Ben Shapiro without a double chin? Or with a double chin? So, I don't know. Why do packs of dice only come with 1d6? It's because they want you to buy more dice. And I've fallen victim to this, alright? Anyone who's bought dice, what the hell? Anyone who's bought dice for D&D and has spent way too much money on like 80 sets, just know that I'm there with you. I've also fallen a victim to the cute and shiny rocks, the cute and shiny math rocks, because I think I have 2, if not like 3 different storage containers for them. I've got 2 bags, like 2 dice bags, and like 2 entire trays worth of not only regular resin dice, but metal dice. I have a problem, and I cannot be stopped. It's bad. Luckily, I've not bought any, but maybe now's the time. I just need to retail therapy. When the DM prepares an encounter, but the paladin rolls high on deception. Hail Hydra! This I do prepare. This I do like, I would prefer... Honestly, I would prefer players skip combat. Or like find ways to get around combat, because combat takes a fucking long time. Combat takes a really long time, so I always love if someone can find a way to stop combat, or like just get through it real quick and just be like, alright, that's it, we're out of here, because it takes a lot. Like, one combat scenario could last an entire session's worth. Like, it could be 4 hours, 5 hours, even more. And it's happened because I messed up. But next to it, oh, this one I agree with personally. Me, the D20 that keeps rolling nat ones versus the rest of my dice. I remember spending at least an hour making rolls, trying to hit something, and I kept whiffing the entire time. So I just look like an idiot, and I'm like, halfway to death because I rolled in that one 16 or like 8, 9, 10 times in a row. And I was a barbarian. I was supposed to be frontline, and I'm looking pretty emasculated when the big buff man can't hit something the size of a dragon. Which we were fighting a dragon, alright? That it had wings. And I had snorted enough goddamn pixie powder to get a nosebleed, and I finally got wings, and it didn't work. It still didn't work. I couldn't catch up to it. I miss it. Oh, here you go. Me watch another player roleplay shopping for 2 hours, knowing this is the only time I get to play in 2 weeks. This is absolutely right. This is what I'm talking about. You want to buy the right color of clothing and things like that, and I'm like, I'm not gonna see you for another week. Can we like hurry this up, please? I don't mind shopping. I do like shopping. I just wish I had enough money to shop like I do in fantasy games, because things be expensive in the fantasy world. Next up, you have roll a 1 on an attack. You normally have advantage. You roll another 1 on the same attack. I'd be livid. I know. I get why it's Patrick Bateman. Yeah, you see what I mean? It's like literally like half the session is gone by the time like you're finished shopping and you're prepared to like leave and actually like continue on your quest. Takes forever. Not a fan of it. Oh, but rolling with advantage is difficult. I hate it. I hate whiffing. Even like when I'm being lobbed a softball, I'm being given advantage, given all these bonuses to make sure I hit something, and it sucks. I hate it. Okay. Here's the thing. Most D&D players have 2 sides. My character has a tragic backstory which guides their every decision, versus, oh my god, cute baby monster, can we make it a pet? I'm on team left here. I'm on team dark side. I like sticking with my characters. I try to create interesting character backgrounds because I want to use them, so I keep it to it as best as I can. But I know a lot of players who really love pets and they want to keep things and keep track of things, and I'm like I'm like the classic parent. I've never owned a pet, but I was like, if you get this pet, you're taking care of it. The rest of the party is not going to take care of it. You're the one bathing it. You're the one clothing it. Whatever you need. And no. Pets make things messy because it's basically extra things you have to keep track of. And there was one. I think there was one player who just loved animals so much and kept hoarding, trying to collect as many pets as they could. And the reason why that cleric made a deal with a demon or an imp was because they tricked him. They made the imp look like a cute little pet, and they made a deal with him by accident. And then now he's just stuck with an imp. So careful what you wish for, because you might just get a cat as a pet, and it turns out they're the devil, and that's actually biblically accurate. So do not get cats. World, haha, bards suck, dumb horny clowns. Bards with the pyrobone, the trombone. Bards are known for being horny. Let's just start there. I agree. I, interestingly enough, have not made horny bards. I've made horny everything freaking else. I've made... I think every other class I've ever played has been horny. Well, not really. Not very horny. Maybe I need to look into that. Maybe I need to go more horny. Question. Go ahead. What do you got? Question. Question away. Oh god. There's not even a caption on this too. But behind every memorable magic item is a DM who spent too many hours thinking if it'll break the game. Yes, I'm very careful about my items. Like I said, I want to make sure I don't just give them like a fast pass to the end game content. But we'll talk about that in a second. I have a hard time with magic items. You mentioned horny classes and hot classes, people simp for classes and that. What's the deal with all that? Well, good question. When a DM and a player love each other very much in a strangely platonic / non-platonic way, they have a bond. I don't know. I think personally a lot of it has to do with fantasies. You do what you want. Things are interesting. Maybe a little bit of escapism that way, but classically, or at least like it's been known, and the meme is that like, at least with the bard class, people get away with it. People have a sort of stereotype that like bards just want to sing and dance and fuck around, and most times it can be true if you want to play that way. But a lot of the times, I mean, who wouldn't want to be like the perfect, most interesting version of themselves when they play characters in D&D? So I think there's a lot of projection that way of like, oh, there's something hot, there's something sexy or interesting. Because a lot of my characters, the pictures I find of characters are like really buff and fit, you know, makes sense for adventure, but they're also usually pretty hot. That's just on the artists. I don't know. I didn't commission them to look hot. I'd make them look ugly too. That's fine. But yeah, I guess, I mean, it's fantasy. People like to fantasize. So I guess it sort of goes hand in hand. There's the role-playing part of roleplay. So there you go. That's probably it there. Yeah. I mean, a lot of other people have, like a lot of other players I've played with, usually go for the NPCs. I usually don't. If I'm playing, most of the times there's like and other players probably have done this too, there's usually some sort of inter-player, like inter-party romance too. Sometimes slow burn, sometimes just they're your ex already, and you're like, this is session 1, we haven't, you know, you have a story, you have a past, things like that. So, I don't know. It gets interesting. I've done, I think how many have I done? So far, I've been a DM, I've been an NPC partner to like 3 or 4 different characters in the party that I've like, you know, I've been dungeon masters for. So I don't know. I think it's just the DM's like a thing or quirk to like want to flirt with your players. But yeah, I think a lot of it also has to do with you can make things interesting. Why not have them look good, right? So I mean, that's just what I think usually. If I'm gonna make an old creepy witch, I'm still gonna make them kind of hot. I don't know why. It just makes sense. It just seems cool to do that. Because usually a lot of the artwork just looks really sick and really cool. So I usually go by the art. And a lot of the times I look for art that's sexy. I can't help you. The cycle continues. It's just bound to happen at this point. That your players are gonna find some NPC, or the DM's gonna be someone who's just who's just gonna go ahead and flirt with you, or create a character that you want to flirt with. Either way. But yeah, that's usually how it goes. I'm so sorry, guys, but I think I may need to go ahead and call it here for the stream. I need to get up early in the morning to cover more work. So, hope it was interesting. Hope you guys learned a little bit more about the memeage behind D&D, and I think Cheeseburger is definitely where it's at for more up-to-date current meme references. Sorry, D&D memes. I haven't seen you in so long. Ooh. But excusing my jittery ass all day, I am tired and sleepy. And yes, this is my face. I really hope that's an AI generated face. That dog has seen some things. And in any case, I think tomorrow, if I have the energy for it, I will continue with my Pokemon Violet stream. We are... No, it's a meme. No, I know. I know it's a meme. I've definitely seen it a few times. But tomorrow, I believe if we want to go ahead, we will continue with our shiny hunt preparation, because Jesus Christ, it is hard. I forgot how hard it is to shiny hunt, because I've only done it once or twice beforehand, and I've only ever been successful a few times. So it's hard. It's real hard. So we're gonna go ahead and try and complete as much of the Pokedex as we can tomorrow, if we are feeling like it, and maybe more. I was thinking my map making stream for earlier this week unfortunately is pushed back, so we'll see if I can squeeze that in sometime this week as well. If not, we'll see if I can put it in next week too. Other than that, I'm gonna get some sleep now. Cause this boy be tired. Alrighty guys, see you around. Bye.